What's up guys, Casey here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Today we are starting a new theme park in Planet Coaster, and I've never really done a Let's Play through building an actual park, and I figured why not? I play this game more than enough in my free time, so I'm going to start capturing the footage of me building a new park. And this park in particular is going to be a Pokemon themed park, a Poke Park, if you would accept that. But so essentially what I'm doing here is I'm starting off building kind of the entrance to the park, or rather the kind of the foundation of where the entrance is going to be, kind of a little bit larger uh, pathway for guests to kind of spread out and get into the park. Of course, I'll be coming back to this in a future episode, and actually building a grand entrance that is kind of befitting of the Pokemon universe. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is just kind of laying down the general foundation just to get an idea of where things are going to be. You can see off in the background too, before I started filming the episode, I actually kind of raised up some of the ground just to kind of give me an idea of where the perimeters of my park are going to be. So you're going to have the park on one side, and then on the other side, kind of backwards from where we are right now, I'm going to be building a Pokemon hotel, Pokemon themed hotel, and I'm also going to be building the parking lot, which is completely optional, but I kind of want this to be a semi-realistic park. But so the first thing that we're building here is actually the ski lift, or the chair lift, whatever you want to call it. And I've learned from kind of working with other parks and stuff that I haven't done videos on, that you kind of want the chairlift to be put in really early on. You want it to be one of your first attractions when you're building a park, just so you're not kind of fiddling around with where you're going to fit it, where it's going to go, not colliding into certain things. It can get kind of messy if you wait till later building your park to put in the chairlift. So I want to put it in first and foremost, and then kind of build everything around it. It also makes for the ride on the chairlift to be a little bit more entertaining, because you end up building your attractions kind of around the chairlift, and so the view can actually get really cool looking on it. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm having a little bit trouble figuring out the height of the base, or of the second station, but after a couple attempts, I kind of just say screw it, and I kind of let it off the ground by a few feet. I'm going to be building a kind of show building around these stations anyways. They're not going to be maintained, or they're not going to be left exposed, rather. Again, this episode is mostly just kind of getting a general idea of where I want things to be. The chairlift is going to be kind of going around the outside of the park. For the most part, it might cut through in a couple key areas, but again, I don't have everything completely laid out in mind of how I want to do things. Just kind of getting general ideas. So now what we're going to move on to is building our first main attraction, and this is going to be a Pokemon themed thrill ride. I don't want to necessarily call it a roller coaster, because it is, I mean, it is a roller coaster, but it's not your traditional roller coaster. It's going to have like dark ride, slow elements to it. And then it's going to have where it kind of, catapults and explodes, and you have that really thrilling moment. But we'll get to that here in a moment. I don't want to spoil things before you see it, but actually, while I build this, I'm just going to play some music and let you enjoy the music. I'm going to shut up for a couple minutes, and I'll come back and talk some more here in just a little bit about what I'm doing. So enjoy the music, and I'll see you here in just a few minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. So what you're seeing here is essentially the big explosion here, the thrill of the ride. You're going to be brought up to about 60 miles an hour, and you're going to be going into this massive inversion. I'm probably going to build a cave up around it, but the theming is going to come in a later episode. I'm just building the ride for this one, building the actual track and foundation itself, and getting and ironing out all the kinks on that. But then, and probably in the next episode, we're going to be at least starting the theming on this ride slash coaster. So, if you guys want to start suggesting names for it, you can go ahead and start suggesting names. But honestly, I probably won't pick a name until I've done at least some of the theming because I don't think you guys can really get a good idea of what it should be called until you kind of can see exactly what kind of ride it's going to be. I have some really, really interesting ideas that I want to attempt to do in this for this ride or in this park, but for this ride in particular. Um, so I think once you guys see kind of what the general idea is going to be for the theming on this ride, you'll have a little bit of a better idea of what you want to give for name suggestions. So, anyways, we're about wrapping up with building the coaster itself. I'm just putting in a block break section up here to slow the trains, and then we're going to hop on and do a POV so you can ride the ride here in just a second once we go ahead and complete the coaster. So, I'll see you guys on the other side. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Planet Coaster and building a brand new Pokemon themed park. Be sure to send in your suggestions, and if you liked the video, be sure to click that thumbs up button and subscribe for more. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.